Welcome to Paige's Lessons, a podcast dedicated for those who seek advice and wisdom on how to become the best versions of themselves in the most authentic way. If you identify as someone who is ambitious, goal-driven, and a badass, you've come to the right place. Self-reflection, mental health awareness, and exploring life's transitions is at the heart of our conversations because I truly believe every single day provides a lesson. I'm your host, Paige Mitchell, a board-certified life coach, motivational speaker, and mental health advocate. I can't wait to share these golden nuggets with you. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Season 3, Episode 1. This season, I am going to go back to the basics and make them super quick episodes where it's less than 10, 15 minutes per episode and just get straight to the punchline. Get straight into what is the lesson. And I really wanted to get back into sharing what I've learned these past, 6-7 months since I've lived in California and completely changed my life. So I am going to be a little bit more open. I will not promise guess like I did in season 2. I won't promise X result because in life, I don't know what's going to pop up. I might be inspired one day and say, hey, I'm going to actually surprise episode. I'm going to interview this person and they're going to drop their knowledge. But otherwise, the plan is for me to just continue sharing my lessons, my guidance and advice on becoming the best version of yourself and promoting every fucking day till I die, self-love, self-empowerment, and you are a creative fucking being. So today's episode with just the very first one of 2023, actually, I'm super fucking stoked that 2022 is over. I think we can all say we learned a lot of lessons. We were 2 years post-pandemic. I have a really good feeling about 2023. It's one of those, it's just a straight up feeling. I don't have any concrete evidence things are going to be amazing, but it's a belief that I choose. Today, what I wanted to go over with you was back in 2022, I made a episode. I think it was episode 46, if I'm not mistaken. And that is when season 1, episode 46, I talked about a future letter that I wrote to myself, and I didn't want to open it until the new year. And so I wanted to read the letter that I wrote last year, and I wanted to respond. So this is dated back in January 2022. And I said, "Dear Paige, you have truly recovered from COVID a few weeks ago, and you're valuing your health more than ever. Unfortunately, you are still going through some health symptoms, and I hope by the time you read this, those symptoms have gone away. I hope by the time you're reading this letter, Paige, you're living finally near the ocean. Are you living by the ocean? I hope you have incorporated movement and exercise that doesn't piss you off and you're happy with your living environment. How's the business going? As of right now, you just launched this particular program for your coaching business, and you are doing life coaching, not just career coaching anymore. How is that going as you're reading this letter? I hope you're financially happy. I'm not going to say a number, but I hope you look at your bank account page and you are truly grateful and feel so blessed. How's your partner doing? Have you made new friends? Are you driving a new car? Are you surfing every day? Are you dancing at all? How's COVID out in the world? I wonder what's going on just on a global point by the time that you're reading this. I love you. You're a badass bitch who keeps fucking going. Love, your future self, Paigey." So that was a cool letter. I'll just touch on some few things here. So I've just started this trend of writing myself a future letter. The reason why I think it's important is it's just a nice little time capsule for myself, right? Like by the time I read it, who fucking knows where I'll be, who I'm dating. what job I'll have. Like, it's just a time capsule. And I also did this because in general of just being very self-reflective, it's amazing how you think you're so smart in this certain period of time in your life, or you think you're so wise, or you think you're the shit. Like, just go back to when you were 18 years old. You know, you're a senior in high school. You think you got your fucking shit together, but then you're 32 and you look back at 18 and you're like, oh, you were a little fucking shit. Like, I didn't know anything. How funny. So that's kind of how I feel when I wrote this letter. Is I really was on top of my game. I knew what I wanted, but now, oh my God, just a year later, so much has already changed, right? I'm no longer in a relationship with my partner that I was with for 11 years. I am living in a completely different place in the United States. I am living on the coast. I am living beachfront property. Have brand new friends that I never would have expected. I'm not going to church as much as I used to. I'm actually spiritually doing different practices now. And my just day-to-day lifestyle has dramatically changed. So it's cool to read this, and right when I asked, like, are you living by the water? Are you going to the beach? Like, yes, past Paige, I am, and I'm so fucking stoked. So I think what I'm going to do right when I end this episode is I'm going to write a new letter. As I'm sitting right here, living in Laguna Beach, California, I'm going to write my future self, hey, Paige, I don't know where you'll be in December 31st, 2023. I don't know if you'll still be in California or you'll be somewhere international. You'll be back in Colorado. Like, who knows? But how beautiful that we don't know where we're going to be. And maybe for some of you that are listening, that like sounds completely scary. Like, holy shit, I want to know exactly where I'm going. I want to be in control of my life. I want things laid out for me. Great. Like, if that's for you, sweet. And if that brings you security and safety, that's awesome. There is something about change is inevitable. The only thing we can guarantee is death and taxes and change, right? Like, we know for sure those things are going to happen. Otherwise, it's a fucking gamble. That's just what life is. We have no fucking idea. So I'd rather go into it with the viewpoint that life is so fucking random, but when you're really tuned in, it's not random. It's 100% aligned, and the lessons that are laid out for you is when you need to receive them. So for me, I'm going to write a letter. I'm going to ask myself questions about my future. I'm probably going to address all the pillars of my life, from spirituality, finance, romance, social life, environment, health, fitness. Like, I want to cover all my bases of just in this moment right now. This is where I'm at. And by the end of the year, I'm super curious to where that'll take me. And I encourage you to write a letter to your future self. Whatever time period, maybe you want to write a letter and give it to yourself in 5 years. Maybe you want to give yourself a letter in 6 months. It doesn't matter when you open the letter, but I think it could be a really fun activity for you to just sit back and read. Like, oh yeah, I totally forgot this happened. It's kind of like a journal entry, but at least it's like sealed in a letter. And for me, I have it like shoved underneath a specific drawer, so I know where it is. So I don't know for you, like maybe give it to like a friend and then they can give it to you later. But I really encourage that exercise of writing yourself a future letter. Let me know what questions you have for yourself. What would you want to say in this letter? What are things that you're hoping and excited to see in the future? So let me know if you decided to do that future letter exercise. In general, these episodes, I would like to have more topics and themes from the listeners. I've been active on my social media asking, hey, like, what are some topics you want to hear? What are some things that you wish you could ask? Whether that's about your relationships, maybe some closure, breakups, being single. Maybe it's trying a new career and feeling like a failure. Maybe it's having really difficult conversations with your boss or your mom, so you want to go over boundaries more. tell me, tell me what you want to hear. I think my purpose really with this podcast is to not only share and reflect what I've learned and see what resonates for you, but just always empowering yourself to express what you need to express. And no matter fucking what, you are fucking loved. I fucking love you. And I hope you love yourself, or at least getting to a point of how can I love myself? We may not love ourselves overnight. It could take time, but at the end of the day, you owe it to yourself to advocate and empower yourself as much as possible. I can't wait to see what future episodes are like in this season, but for now, I'll wrap up, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. If this podcast truly resonates with you, take a screenshot of the episode and share it on your social media story. Tag me on Instagram or Facebook, and my handle is @paigemitchell.coach. I'm so excited to see what you shared and connect with you. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, take care.